Hi, this is Joan Michelson of Green Connections. I'm here at the VERGE San Francisco 2013 conference with Whitney Dorn of DPR Construction. She's project executive there, which means she keeps everybody in line, I think. Whitney, I'm really interested in this nexus of sustainability in buildings because as we've learned here at the conference, innovation is happening at the speed of light. And yet buildings are built to last for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you counsel your clients or the construction companies to make a flexible building, if that isn't an oxymoron, so that it can respond to the technological changes that are going forward? And talk about, we'll get into obviously a difference between retrofitting an older building versus a new build.
It's a tough balance, actually, because if you want to design and construct a very flexible building, a lot of times that means more cost. Maybe you're oversizing things, or you're creating situations where you have the ability to pull more cable in or provide more electricity. All those things are sort of like in the opposite direction of sustainability. So in the construction industry, we use a term called good bones. A building has good bones, meaning that the footprint, the layout of the building, the structure of the building is good, and it provides a way for them to change the use of the building easily over time, because you're right, typically buildings last a long time, but the actual use in the building changes. And so you have to have buildings that have the right kind of footprint to allow for a lot of natural daylight, to allow for services through the building, so that as time changes, those services can be changed out.
Well, what I'm talking about is intelligent buildings. It's reducing, improving energy efficiency, data collection, going to green insulation, and other kinds of, like all the LEED certified stuff, right? And we're in San Francisco, where there are some pretty older buildings. I'm from the East Coast, where they're even older. That's a challenge in and of itself. But how do you build a building that can have a flexible HVAC system, or have a flexible to adapt to changes that you don't even know what they're going to be yet?
Yeah, it can be very challenging. So I think what's most important is designing toward a goal for the building, and building toward a goal for the building that is going to allow for new equipment to be installed, but still that the infrastructure that's there will work for a lot of different situations. I think a lot of it too has to come, what kind of use is it going to be in now, and what do you think the use is going to be later? So let's just talk about two examples, like an office building compared to a hospital. Those are two, you could not be more different, right? An office building is about, uses a lot less energy, a lot less water. In an office building, it's about making people productive and providing them a great place to work, and very easy ways to make an office building very energy efficient.
And it's a more flexible space, yeah.
Absolutely. A hospital, on the other hand, has a very specific use. It's about what the patient needs, how the nurses and doctors can be the most efficient. What's interesting is what we're finding is that hospital design is not that different where offices are going, because the same sort of things impact patients and workers in the hospital as they do the office workers. Everybody's looking for that access to natural daylight, good air quality. They're both trying to create healthy environments.
Is it hard to meet the LED standards?
LEED
LED
standards?
certified standards and the other standards, are those difficult to meet in building a building?
What building type? Offices, very easy to do. LEED now actually has its own classification for healthcare that's been put together by the healthcare industry. It was something that the Green Guides for Healthcare and the LEED rating system came together and put the LEED for Healthcare system. So it's very geared toward healthcare.
Interesting. Is that part of the International Green Building Code?
It will, you know what, I'm not sure about that. I'd have to get back to you on that one. Yeah.
Well, just to wrap up, what's missing? I mean, what's the piece that we don't have? We're hearing about all kinds of technologies, we're hearing about all kinds of types of energy management. We're hearing about the people piece.
Yes.
Okay. What's missing?
I think what's still really missing, I mean, we're at a technology conference, and one of the things that we struggle with on the building industry side is that all of the different systems still have their own control panel and their own platform.
Oh, so there's no standardization.
It's not integrated. So like, for instance, within one building, you could have a separate control panel for your security system, your audiovisual system,
really?
Your fire alarm system, your HVAC system, your daylighting system,
and that's
your lighting system.
Wiring crazy.
Exactly. So there's a lot of redundancy because we haven't figured out how to integrate all of these systems into one place.
Wow, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Great. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being a woman in the construction business.
I love
like
it.
that. Yes, I'm sure you're a rose among thorns. I'm here with Whitney Dorn of DPR Construction. I'm Joan Michelson for Green Connections at the VERGE San Francisco 2013 conference. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.